Hello everyone, and welcome to the final episode in the second run of the Chalice Chats. We are here on the third layer of the Lower Loran Chalice, and we are going to run out and fight the boss, and depending on how long that takes, we might also retrace our steps a little bit. I've done a little bit of research and found I've missed some important stuff in the lower Tumaru Chalice, so I've got to go back to that. May or may not be doing that on camera. For now, let's see who this boss is. Aha! It's the, well, we have it as the Loran Black Beast, literally. Okay. It's disappeared. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Yeah. Far away. Okay. So obviously, I talked about this in the boss for the first layer, and yeah, that lightning burst, not good. I started with my saw cleaver because I figured it would be a beast. It tends to be a beast, so glad I went with that, but. Boy, scattered thoughts. The first part, like I started to say, is Doran, which I talked about for the boss of the first layer. You know what? I'm gonna not lock on. I think that will help me target the parts of it that I can actually hit a little bit better. Which I talked about the ways that you could take Loran and some alternatives for that katakana before. I can't remember if I mentioned Lowland, because that's another possibility with just a lot of L's. Oh man, I'm just getting romped in this fight. That's okay. These first attempts are usually filled with me concentrating on enough other stuff that that's how they tend to go. Can I get away? No, I can't. All right, I'm dead. We'll try it again, and maybe I'll get to more than just the first part of the boss's name. We'll have to see. All right, so we are going to give this another shot. Hopefully, have a little bit more of a successful run there. Yeah, the beast's name here. The first part of it is Loran. Talked about that romanization and how I really think they hit on a very good sounding one with Loran, or Loran, I guess, for the official translation. I think it works quite nicely. And in addition to the boss name, we have the boss name. In addition to Loran, that's followed by No, which I've talked about before. It's kind of, generally you can think of it as of. Not always safe to do so, but generally. And then we have the first actual kanji, but it's actually the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth thing on the nameplate is the kanji for black, and the final kanji is the kanji for beast, kemono. We've seen it a lot. It's been in a lot of different boss names and things, and this one's no exception. It's a beast. So we have the the black beast of Loran, I guess, would be the most literal way of putting it. Talked a little bit, I think, in Translation Born about the shift from black to dark. Oh, and I'm dead again. Well, I'll try and pick up on that thought in just a second here. Yes, so I talked a little bit about the shift from black to dark with the boss name there, and I do think that that was probably a wise choice. I think dark is a little bit more evocative, especially for this. The idea of a storm beast, dark clouds overhead, that whole thing. I think it's a wise decision all around. I really like this boss name. And of course, when I talked about, oops, I locked on. When I talked about boss names in this sort of context previously, I was talking about, get out of the way. I was talking about, I think, Parl, the Black Beast Parl, the Dark Beast Parl, and this obviously is, looks exactly the same, and probably fights exactly the same, although has considerably higher stats, much more of a threat, does more damage compared to Parl. Wow, I did like nothing in that whole exchange. I thought I was gonna run in after that lightning burst and really mess this thing up. That didn't happen. Boy, this is all a mess. Yeah, I think that pretty much covers the name. It's fairly straightforward. Like I said, literally it would be the Black Beast of Loran. The Loran Darkbeast, I think is the official translation, and I like it a lot. Pretty straightforward, honestly. In terms of the fight, I don't really have a great strategy. The thing about fighting Parl is it's a fight that happens at a point in the game where you can pretty easily have a very high attack, and as I recall it, Parl doesn't exactly have the highest amount of HP, so it burns the fight. You burn through the fight much quicker. Obviously, I'm not burning through this fight very quick. This might be the first legitimate Montage boss fight. I don't know. We'll have to find out. That would be appropriate if the final episode in the second run of the Chalice chats was also the first one where I had to fully switch to Montage mode. I mean, I kind of did it for the Defiled Chalice, the first boss of the Defiled Chalice, but I only needed one attempt, and yikes, I'm feeling like I might need more than that for this thing. It is messing me up. But I do have a couple more things that I would like to try. You'll note that I have my Executioner's Gloves selected here. So what happens if, hold on, well, it's clearly not just going to let me back off like that. But what happens if I hit you with this? Yeah, 624. So once again, we are seeing that and what's this? 351, yeah. So once again, we are seeing that the Hunter tools are incredibly powerful and outdamaging my fire-powered cleaver here, which is, in its own right, a pretty powerful weapon. I've got my arcane at 50 right now, and I've got my, oops. Alright, I'm never going to learn my lesson on locking on. I locked on because of the ability of the Hunter tools to hone in on the boss. I need to back off. Yep. If you time it right, you can actually get your invincibility frames to dodge through that lightning attack. Which means you can stay in close and then dodge the actual lightning hit and continue to just blast the boss after getting in a bunch of hits up close. I'm not sure I will be adopting that particular strategy. I'm not sure I have the skill for it. Yeah, that was too early if I even wanted to try it. But I feel like locking on is the way to go if I want to use the Hunter tools in this fight, and they might be the way to go in this fight just because, yikes, this thing is nasty. Deal with that. That was only 416. Interesting. I wonder if that was because only some of the ghosts managed to connect with the boss. Yeah. Even with that, yep. Even with that boosted damage, though, this version of the Darkbeast has a lot of HP, so I've only got like a couple more shots I can take with those gloves, and it's still got plenty of HP. So this is going to be a harder fight than the one against the Keeper. And I don't know what just happened with my camera there, but it sure went crazy. And I am low on blood vials. Get hit a bunch. Oh, And now you are de-lightning Parl. Alright. I did not do as much damage as I'd hoped. Well, I guess it's not Parl. It's never Parl. It's always the Loran Darkbeast. But turning off its lightning is kind of the key in the regular fight. And I'm hoping that it will also prove to be an important part of the strategy in this fight, and that I've kind of hit the magic strategy. Alright, well, it successfully regained its lightning. Let's see if I can't turn it off again. I'm a little unclear as to how. I think normally against boss enemies like this, you can target their limbs and sort of break them. And I think perhaps, well, I'm dead. But that was encouraging. The fact that I was able to eliminate its lightning was pretty encouraging. That was cool. Super cool look at the boss just kind of stalking towards me while on lightning isn't exactly a phrase. But while surrounded by its own lightning, that was really cool. There are a number of those shots when after I was dead, and you just get its foreleg in the frame. Not as impressive as when its undead skull face is just stalking towards you like that. All right, let's try this again. Let's try and target the legs, and let's. That's going to be too early. Yep. I'm going against my own advice from earlier and trying to time the lightning thing properly. So I'm gonna just run away. There we go. That worked out better. I wonder if dropping the lightning. Oh, I thought I was far enough away. That's funny. I wonder if the dropping of the lightning is a HP thing or a limb thing. This kind of gets back to the point I was talking about earlier, which was oops. Okay. Heal. And run away! Aha! Heal. Which was generally on like large beast enemies like this. Like Vicar Amelia, I think, is the archetypal version of this. It's the one that I think of anyway. If you break, if you attack one of her limbs for long enough, it will eventually like break and she will stagger. And that stagger gives you an opportunity to get in a whole bunch of damage. So I'm wondering if the turning off the lightning for the Darkbeasts is also tied to breaking their limbs in some way or not. Certainly the limbs seem to be the best things to target on this boss. I mean, there's also the head, which I'm not sure if that does more damage. It might, but it's harder to hit because it keeps moving around, as you can see. Okay, I've talked about the boss name. I've kind of given some of my extemporaneous thoughts on the fight. I'm thinking this might be the last voiced attempt here. And then after that, I'll switch to montage mode. And it is indeed looking like this may be the one. This may be the time when it's really called for me to switch over to montage mode. I tested those Executioner's gloves, as you saw, but I did not bother testing my Tonitrus because, I mean, this is like an archetypal lightning beast. I'm pretty sure my Fire Cleaver is the way to go here. So, I'm sticking with this in the melee game. And I know that I can turn to the Executioner's gloves if I need a bit of a damage boost from a relatively safe distance. So it's... Uh-oh. Nope. Timed it wrong again. It's a little bit risky, but I think I'm going to take a similar tack as I did against the Keeper of the Old Lords in the Defiled Chalice, and try and whittle down its HP more first. And that will... Nope, that was way too early. That will allow me to be able to finish the boss a little bit more safely. Alright, that was a swing from very far away, and I'm glad it missed. That was a swing from much closer, and it did not miss. That's okay. Uh-huh. Yep, I'm expecting you to miss. Boy, I should have swung... I got underneath it. I should have swung for its head and turned around like that and swung for its head. Alright. Well, you can keep moving. That's fine. I'm going to keep rolling. Seems like underneath it, like, it obviously... I need to get better at dodging that. It seems like... because it seems like underneath it is one of the safer places to be, with the exception of when it does that lightning burst, which, again, terrible at dodging. And, I mean, on the plus side, I've got a ton of blood vials right now, so I don't mind making this crazy number of attempts. Alright, time to switch to montage mode. still alive. Nope. Oh, please. Yes! Haha! Oh, man. Wow. Wow! What a boss! Wow! Okay. Well, that cut down into a nice montage, I'm sure, but real time, that was what, like 3 hours? That was a lot of boss attempts. Okay, well, I am rather frazzled, as I'm sure you can tell. But this does look like it is the end of the Lower Loran, not Lower Loran. Yes, Lower Loran. Wow, I'm super frazzled. Anyway, this does seem to be the end of the Lower Loran Chalice. So I'm going to head back to the dream. I'm going to take care of miscellaneous tasks, go explore the Lower Tomb Room, I think it was? Yeah, that has the doors that I'm missing, and that's going to be it for, but that's going to be off camera. This triumphant boss battle is the end of the second run of the Chalice Chats. If you've been joining me for all my adventures in the Chalice dungeons, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We are not done with them, but it's going to be a very long time, probably, before we finish them off. And we'll be switching gears back to Translationborn, my more edited, presented series, if any of you are unaware for some reason. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing you there. Please check them out if you haven't done so already. And until next time, everyone, thanks very much for watching.